Hi there. This again is a response to a recent discussion. It's more a perceived need than perhaps a tangible need, but something that is often needed apart from an identification of key passions that people have where they can perhaps turn that into a product or a service. But the other thing is about what I call productisation. Some people might call it product packaging, where you assemble a menu, if you like, or a portfolio of services and things that are related that people can use to get an idea of what services are being offered. If we're starting from scratch, it is important to assess capabilities. It's important to find a sounding board where you can bounce ideas off people and get feedback as to what's a good idea, where audiences might be, what sort of demand levels there are, that type of thing. But if we're actually talking about packaging or productisation, we really want to kind of try and provide a focus, at least in the first instance, where we might choose perhaps 3 key services. And at that point, you can certainly find technology to do it. It's possible to construct what I call a digital one-pager. And once you've got a digital one-pager, you've got something that can support discussions with other people. And you will learn from those discussions. It's not a tablet of stone. It's something that will evolve as you discuss. You will have different discussions with different people. They will ask different questions, and potentially you will go back to your one-pager and say, okay, this part needs to change, or that part needs to change, or maybe I need to add something. And that's an important factor about the digital environment, is that you've got that opportunity to modify your product. Having set it up, setting it up is the hard part. Changing things is relatively easy, but obviously you've got to be willing to change, ready to change, open to change, and willing to listen to what other people are saying to you, because otherwise you won't get the feedback, you won't get the value, you'll miss opportunities because you're not open to changing what you're doing more in line with what people are looking for. So once you've got a digital one-pager, you can make more digital one-pagers, and eventually, if you've got lots, you can construct a catalogue of one-pagers. So that's an approach that people can have to packaging their product or their services. Now, interestingly, working with creative people can often be fantastically tangential. So they're off in all directions. They can often produce things on a prodigious basis. So they're producing things left, right, and centre. But the question would be, how is that all catalogued, and how is it productised? In other words, how do people make something of a product of it, so that that's something that they can repeat? Now, it may be that a creative person finds difficulty repeating things, because being a creative person, they may not want to be constrained into repeating things. On the other hand, in order to find audiences who are looking for products, there is a degree of needing to repeat processes in such a way that something can be considered a product. It's repeatable enough to be a product. So that's an interesting challenge that creative people face. One of the kind of next things that is needed to be done from a product perspective is, where are your audiences? Where do you look for them? Are there particular channels that are going to work for you better than others? And then the other thing is to build a team who can search for opportunities on your behalf. Now, the product one-pagers are very, very important in terms of empowering team members, because that means that they can look for opportunities on your behalf and supply a wider audience with what we can call digital product capital. Of course, you will need to meet your team members regularly and curate the channels that your team members are trying. That is a way to set up a network of people working with you and ideally on your behalf. That's all for this particular video. I'd like to say that we do have a WhatsApp chat group. We do have a Zoom network, and in the Zoom network people can raise questions. They may bring particular business needs, and we will try and answer them, possibly using videos like this as an initial starting point, but obviously people may have further questions and they're welcome to ask those. Okay, thanks very much.